Hello students, in previous video we learned about basic terms related to spherical mirrors such as what is center of curvature, radius of curvature, pole, principal axis, focus. We have studied about the image formation by plane mirrors. Now you know the nature, position and relative size of images formed by the plane mirrors. What about the images formed by spherical mirrors? How can we locate the image formed by concave mirror for different positions of the object? Are the images real or virtual? Are they enlarged, diminished or have the same size? See, the nature, position and size of an image formed by concave mirror depends on position of the object in relation to pole, focus and center of curvature. This is the table which gives us nature, size and position of image for different positions of the object. We can also study the formation of image by spherical mirrors by drawing ray diagrams. So, in this video, we will learn about construction of ray diagram to locate the image formed by spherical mirrors. Students, in previous video, we also learned about light ray rules for obtaining image by spherical mirror. We will take a quick recap of all these rules. So let's start with the rules of concave mirror. So in this type of mirror, the first rule is what? The incident ray that comes parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the focus. We can see here the ray which is parallel to the principal axis, when it incident on the mirror after reflection, it goes or it passes from the focus. Second rule is reverse of this, that if the ray is passing from the focus after reflection, it will go parallel to the principal axis. Another rule is the ray passing through center of curvature after reflection, it is reflected back along the same path. Fourth one is the incident ray which strikes at the pole by a certain angle, or the ray which falls obliquely at the pole after reflection, it will form the same angle of reflection. That is, it will follow the law of reflection, that is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Now see rules to obtain image from concave mirror. The first rule is the incident ray coming parallel to the principal axis appears to diverge from principal focus. So, if the ray is coming parallel to the principal axis after reflection, it appears that it comes from our principal focus. And the ray directed towards the principal focus after reflection emerge parallel to the principal axis. Next one is the ray directed in the center of in the direction of center of curvature after reflection, it is reflected back along the same path. This we know because the incident ray passing through center is normal drawn on the reflecting surface, and we know at if the ray incident normally, then angle of incidence and angle of reflection is 0, and so it will follow the same path. Now let's start with the construction of ray diagram for rules of concave mirror. I will suggest you to draw all these ray diagrams in your notebook. See, first of all, draw a line representing principal axis using ruler. Mark 3 points where C is at 0 cm, F is at 3 cm and P is at 6 cm. You can take any convenient distance. But remember, F should be exactly in the middle such that length of CP is equal to length of FP, where C is center of curvature, F is focus and P is pole of the mirror. Now use your compass to draw arc of mirror. The compass point should be placed at C, that is center of curvature. So this is your concave mirror. Here the radius of arc will be CP, which is 6 centimeter in this case. So this is radius of arc and radius of curvature also, which is 6 centimeter. Now mark the back side of mirror with the dash. So it will represent that this is opaque surface of our concave mirror and this front surface is reflecting surface. Now we will draw ray diagram for the rules of our concave mirror. We learn about 4 rules of concave mirror. First rule is what? Ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through focus. So first rule is what? The ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis after reflection. So this is the incident ray. After reflection it passes from the focus. So this is the incident ray and this one is reflected ray. This is our first rule of concave mirror. Second rule is what? The ray which is passing from the focus after reflection, it goes parallel to the principal axis. So this rule is reverse of our first rule. Here we can consider that this ray as an incident ray which is passing from the focus and after reflection it will go parallel to the principal axis. Second rule is the ray of light passing through center of curvature is reflected back along the same path because ray of light falls normally to the mirror. So what is the second rule? The ray of light which incident or which passes from the center of curvature after reflection, it will follow the same path, it will go from the center of curvature. Then fourth rule is a ray of light which is incident at the pole of concave mirror is reflected back making the same angle with the principal axis. So here the fourth rule is what? When the ray falls obliquely at the pole, it will follow the laws of reflection and it will make same angle. So here we can see that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So these are 4 rules of our concave mirror. Now we will construct ray diagrams to locate image formed by concave mirror for different positions of object. Here we have to remember 2 points. First one, the intersection of 2 reflected rays gives the position of image. So wherever the 2 reflected rays will intersect, that will be the image of that object. The position, size and nature of image depends on position of object. So if the position of object will change, the position, size and nature of image will also change. Just now we learn 4 rules of concave mirror, how to construct ray diagram for those 4 rules. For drawing an image or to locate an image of concave mirror, we need any 2 rules out of these 4 rules. So we have to select any 2 rays out of 4 rays that are convenient for a ray diagram. While constructing ray diagram, consider the rays from the top of object. So let's start with the first case. the first case is when the object is at infinity. The rays coming from object placed to the infinity are parallel to the principal axis, which passes through the focus after reflection. And when the reflected rays will intersect with each other, then that will be the image of that object. So first case is what? When object is at infinity. So consider the object is at infinity and the rays coming from that object are parallel to the principal axis. And as we know, according to rule, when ray parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it passes from the focus. We will draw one more ray which is parallel to the principal axis, and after reflection it will pass from the focus. So here we can see these two rays intersect with each other at the focus. So this one is first ray and this one is second ray. Both the rays after reflection intersect, meet with each other at the focus, and as we know, the intersection of two reflected rays gives the position of image. So when object is placed at infinity, the image of that object will form at the focus. Since the image is formed by actual meeting of rays, the image is real. So we learn about the real and virtual image. If the reflected rays will actually meet with each other, then that image is real image. If the rays appear to meet with each other, then that image is called as virtual image. So here in this case, these rays are actually intersecting with each other, and so this is a real image. As this image is much smaller than the object, so we can say image is highly diminished. Just point size image we obtained on the focus when object is placed at the infinity. So we can say that when the object is at infinity, we obtain image at the focus. The size of image is point size, highly diminished image we obtain, and the nature of image is real and inverted. We can write position, size and nature of the image. So this will be the nature, that position of image will be at the focus, principal focus, nature is real and inverted, and size is highly diminished point size image we obtain when object is at infinity. Now let's talk about the second case. See, when the object is placed beyond C, here the object is placed perpendicular to the principal axis. We will consider here this object AB is there, which is placed beyond C at finite distance. A ray from point A goes parallel to principal axis. This will pass through focus. So we will take first ray which is parallel to principal axis and which will pass through the focus. We will take ray from point A which is parallel to principal axis, and after reflection, according to our rule, it will pass from the focus. Another ray we will take which is passing from the focus, and after reflection it will goes parallel to the principal axis. So as I told, we need only two rays. So one we have taken which is parallel to the principal axis and pass from the focus. Another we will take a ray which is passing from the focus, and after reflection it will go parallel to the principal axis. So here we can see at this point the two reflected rays intersect with each other, and this is the image of point A. We will term it as A dash, and so this is the image of object which we obtained, that is A dash B dash. This A dash B dash is perpendicular to the principal axis, and so this is the image of object AB. So this is the object AB and this is the image A dash B dash. The position of image is between C and F, between center of curvature and focus. Image is real and inverted as the reflected rays actually intersect with each other, so the nature of image is real and inverted. Inverted means upside down. Here we can see point A is here and its image we obtained, it is inverted. And the size of image, you can see the size of image is smaller than the object. So this is our image obtained by concave mirror when object is placed beyond C. We will write position, nature and size of the image. So here we can say if object is placed beyond center of curvature, the image will form between center of curvature and focus. Image will be real and inverted and size is diminished, that is smaller than the object. Now third case is when object is placed at center of curvature. Take an object AB placed perpendicular to the principal axis. Take object AB at center of curvature. So we will take two rays going from point A, one which is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection it will pass from the focus. Another ray we are taking is incident on mirror after passing through focus. So same rays we will take, one which is going parallel to the principal axis and another which is going from the focus. So first a ray which is going parallel to the principal axis. After reflection it will pass from the focus. Another ray which is passing from the focus. After reflection it will go parallel to the principal axis, and here they will intersect with each other and we obtain the image of point A, that is A dash. We will join this line, we will draw a perpendicular line on principal axis and this is our image A dash B dash. We can see the image is as the reflected rays are actually intersect with each other after reflection. So it is a real and inverted image. The size of image is exactly same as the size of object and the position of image is at center of curvature only. So we can write the position, size and nature of image. So when object is placed at center of curvature in front of concave mirror, we obtain its image at center of curvature only and the size of image is same as of object, nature is real and inverted. Now next case is when object is placed between center of curvature and focus. The same object AB is placed perpendicular to the principal axis between C and F. So the position of object is between C and F. Object AB we will take. We will take two rays. One a ray parallel to the principal axis pass from principal focus after reflection and another ray passing through the focus incident on mirror and after reflection goes parallel to the principal axis. So same rays we will take, one which is going parallel to the principal axis and it passes through the focus. Another ray which is passing from the focus, reflection, it will go parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, these two rays meet at point and gives us image of point A, that is A dash. Now draw a perpendicular line A dash B dash on the principal axis. This is our image of the object. With this image formed beyond the center of curvature, and as the rays actually intersect with each other, so it is real, inverted and magnified image of the object. We can see here AB, object AB, size of AB is smaller than the size of image. So when the object is placed between C and F, we obtained its image beyond center of curvature, which is real and inverted, and the size of image is magnified. So this is description of our image when it is placed between C and F. That is, the image forms beyond center of curvature, real and inverted, and magnified image or enlarged image we obtain. Another case is when object is placed at focus. We will take first ray of light which is going parallel to the principal axis, will pass through the focus after reflection. Another ray of light we will take which falls obliquely on pole and will get reflected following the laws of reflection. Now see, when object is placed at focus. So here object AB which is placed at focus, first ray which is passing through the, which is going parallel to the principal axis, and after reflection it passes from the focus. Another ray of light we will take which falls obliquely on the pole and it will follow the law of reflection, that is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Here we can see these two rays are parallel to each other and would intersect at infinity. So we can say this image is formed at infinity and it is highly magnified, real and inverted. So remember, whenever object is placed at focus, the image will form at infinity, which will be real and inverted and highly magnified. Last case, when object is placed between pole and focus. So this is the object AB which is placed between pole and focus. We will take two rays. First ray which is passing through the center of curvature retraces its path. So we will direct a ray of light along center of curvature. We will extend this line. This is the first ray which is passing through the center of curvature and it will retrace its same path along center of curvature. So another ray we will direct obliquely at the pole from point A and it will follow the law of reflection. It will make angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So this is angle of incidence and angle of reflection. two rays are divergent ray. They cannot meet with each other in front of mirror. But if we will extend them behind the mirror, they appear to meet at point A dash. So we will extend them behind the mirror. So this is the point where these two rays appear to meet at certain point behind the mirror. We will draw a perpendicular line A dash B dash on the principal axis, and this is the image of our object, which is formed when object is placed between pole and focus. And as the rays are not actually intersect, they appear to meet, they appear to intersect. So this image is virtual image and erect image. So we can say when object is placed between pole and focus, the image is obtained which is virtual and erect, and the size of image is magnified. Image formed, position is behind the mirror, and it is a magnified image, enlarged image we can obtain. So this is the description of image of when object is placed between pole and focus. Image will be formed behind the mirror. The nature of image will be virtual and erect, and size is enlarged and bigger than the object. So I hope you understood construction of ray diagram of concave mirror and how to locate position of image with the help of ray diagram. Students, you have to remember this table, which will help you to know the nature, position and size of object when object is placed at different position in front of the concave mirror. As this is important part of this lesson, and question based on this may be asked in your exam. Now we will see construction of ray diagram when object is placed in front of convex mirror. As we know, the center of curvature and focus of convex mirror is behind the mirror. So we will draw a line which will give us pole, focus and center of curvature. We are having 3 points. This one is pole of convex mirror, focus and center of curvature. Remember, the focus should be exactly in the middle of center of curvature and pole. Now with the help of compass, draw the arc which is your convex mirror. Now in this case, this is the opaque side of our convex mirror and this one is the reflecting side. Extend this line which is principal axis. Now we will construct ray diagram when the object is placed anywhere between infinity and pole in front of convex mirror. So we will take object AB which is placed anywhere between infinity and pole. So this is object AB. Now we will take two rays. First, the ray which is going parallel to the principal axis. After reflection from convex mirror, it appears that it get diverged from the principal focus. And second ray, we will take the ray which is directed towards the center of curvature, will follow the same path after reflection. So first ray which is going parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it appears that it get diverged from the principal focus. If we will extend it behind the mirror, we can see that it get diverge from the principal focus. Next ray, which is directed towards the center of curvature. After reflection, it will follow the same path. But when we will extend this ray behind the mirror, we can see that these two rays appear to meet at this point behind the mirror. So this is the image of point A. We will term it as A dash behind the mirror. So this is image of our object A dash B dash. We can see the position of image which is behind the mirror between pole and the focus. Nature of image is virtual and erect, and size of the image is diminished. The size of image is smaller than the object. So this is the image formed by convex mirror when object is placed anywhere between infinity and pole. Image will be virtual and erect. It will form behind the mirror between pole and focus, and size is diminished. Next case is when an object is placed at infinity from the convex mirror. See, if object is at infinity, the rays coming from the object will come parallel to the principal axis, and after reflection they appear that they get diverged from the principal focus. So if object is at infinity, the rays coming from that object comes parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, they get diverged in the wide area, and when we will extend those reflected rays, it appears that it get diverged from a point that is principal focus. And so as these rays appear to diverge from the focus, so the image of the object will form at focus behind the mirror. So when object is placed at infinity in front of convex mirror, the position of image will be at principal focus behind the mirror. The image will be virtual and erect as the rays appear to diverge from the focus, so the image will be virtual and erect, and the size of image will be highly diminished. Point like image we will obtain behind the convex mirror. This is construction of ray diagram when object is placed in front of convex mirror. This is the ray diagram when object is placed between infinity and pole in front of convex mirror. We obtain image behind the mirror between pole and principal focus. This one when object is placed at infinity, in this case also we obtain image behind the mirror and at the focus. So remember, the image of the object kept in anywhere in front of convex mirror is always formed between pole and principal focus behind the mirror, and the image formed by convex mirror is virtual, erect and diminished. Now we will talk about uses of concave mirror and convex mirror. First of all, uses of concave mirror. Concave mirrors are used as reflectors in torches, searchlights, headlights of vehicles, as the light source is kept at focus of mirror, and on reflection it produces powerful beam of light that converges at infinity. So in torches, in headlights, the small bulb is kept at focus, and so after reflection the light rays will converge at infinity and it will give powerful beam of light. Powerful light can be obtained by the torches or headlights of vehicles. Second use is, it is used in making solar devices. As it converges all the rays, so when solar rays converge, they increase the temperature at the converging point. See, this is the concave mirror used in, we will take example of solar cooker, and this one is the pan, which black color pan, which is placed in the solar cooker. So the parallel rays coming from the sun will converge at the converging point after reflection, and it will increase the temperature of that converging point, and it will help to increase the temperature in solar devices. Concave mirrors are used as shaving mirror or makeup mirror, because when face is placed between pole and focus, it gives virtual, erect and magnified image. So these mirrors are also used as shaving mirror or makeup mirrors. It is used by dentists to see cavities, as when the tooth is placed within focus, it gives virtual and erect image. Large concave mirrors are also used in reflecting telescopes. A concave mirror is used as doctor's head mirror to focus light on the body parts like eyes, nose, throat, etc. to be examined. Now, uses of convex mirror. It is used as rear view mirror because they always give an erect image and covers a wide view as they are curved outwards. So as convex mirrors are diverging mirrors, they covers wide region, wide view, and so used as a rear view mirror in vehicles. Big convex mirrors are used as shop security, as the shop owner can keep an eye on the customers to look for thieves among the customers. Students, I hope you understood spherical mirrors, images formed by spherical mirrors, and how to locate images when object is placed in front of concave or convex mirror. Thank you and have a nice day.